Let's attack this other bad mamma jamma. Actually, I might need some more space here. Let's give myself some space. Okay, now we had two radicals for this one. That means we're going to have to do two separate squaring operations. But before we do that, one way to do this. I mean, there's multiple ways to do this. I'm going to get this radical alone. Let's move this guy to the other side. So we have 2x. I'm not working on you anymore. We have 2x minus 5. We're square rooting that. And then equals, on the other side, we have a positive 1 plus square root of x minus 3. All right. Look at this craziness. I'm going to square this side, which means I have to square this side. Now, when you square a side, you have to square the whole thing. You can't just select one thing on that side to square. You have to square the whole side. So we got my whole left side being squared, my whole right side being squared. The left side's beautiful. It just gets rid of this square root thingy. So we have a x or 2x minus 5 equals, and on this side, dang it. You guys see what's coming? Yeah, you see what's coming. We're going to have to write this thing twice. Again, if you distributed this 2 to each of these, you just killed another puppy. You're not very kind. No killing puppies, please. You cannot distribute a 2 when there's an adding or subtracting inside the parentheses. So now I have to multiply stuff. Oh, man, what is 1 times 1? I have 1 times 1, which is 1, and 1 times that, which is that. Square root of x minus 3. Then I have square root of x minus 3 times 1 yet again, and so I have to add another square root of x minus 3, and then I have square root of x minus 3 times square root of x minus 3, which equals x minus 3. All right, let's combine like terms on the right side. All right, so we got a 1, and then we have a 2. Oh, dang it, not a 1. I have to go 1 plus negative 3. What is 1 plus negative 3? Negative 2. And then we have that x just chilling. And then we have 2 of those thingies. Square root of x minus 3. And on the other side, we have simply a 2x minus 5. All right. How do I get rid of that square root? Yeah, we got to get that dude alone. Before I start squaring stuff, you don't want these adding things on the same side, because if you have those adding things on the same side, you have to do all this stuff. Remember how we had this adding thing? We had to, Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm going to move over this 2 and this x at the same time. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. Plus the 2, and I'm going to subtract the x at the same time. Whoa, you crazy dog. So I add the 2, and I subtract the x. So what do we get once I do that? I get, just 1x, because, 2 minus 1 is just 1x. And then we have negative 5 plus 2, which is negative 3, equals, and on the other side, I have 2 square root of x minus 3. Remember how I said you have to get the square root alone? So we can, if we wanted to, divide both sides by 2. But because there's no adding or subtracting outside of the square root, we could just square both sides the way it is. That's what I vote for, because I don't want fractions right now. So if I square both sides, dang, look, we're still writing stuff. Oh, man. Yeah, I told you this was crazy. Okay. On the left side, we got to go x minus 3, and I'm going to show you guys all my work so you're not killing puppies out there. I don't like killing puppies. They're innocent and they're cute with their big eyes and stuff and soft fur. Don't kill them. All right, so we have the left side, which once we multiply would be an x squared minus 6x plus 9. And on the right side, what the heck? We have 2 times 2, which would be quattro. And then I have this x minus 3 chilling right there, because the square root of x minus 3 times the square root of x minus 3 is just going to be x minus 3. Let's distribute that foe, shall we? So I distribute the foe. We get 4x minus 12. And on the other side, we have an x squared minus 6x plus 9. Let's get all the terms on the same side. We're going to subtract 4x from both sides. Subtract 4x. Subtract 4x. And now I'm going to add 12. And I'm going to add 12 over here. Let's see what we get, shall we? We shall. We have x squared minus 10x, and then 9 plus 12 is 21, so I have a 21 right here, and then this side I have a 0. Again, we have lots of options. Can we factor? Because we can solve this using factoring. We can complete the square and use square roots, or we can use the quadratic formula. I choose the factor first always because I think that's the easiest, but that's just me. You guys use the quadratic formula if you want. X minus 3 and x minus 7. Both of those multiply to give me positive 21, add to give me negative 10, so I am on the right track. Once I have my factors, I take my factors and set them equal to 0, and I get x equals 3 and 7. But before I box things, I must check things. Let's try this negative 3 in each of these. Negative 3 plugged into that would be 2 times 3. No, not negative 3. It's a positive 3. 2 times 3 is 6 minus 5. 6 minus 5 is 1. We're good. What about 3 minus 3? Can we have a 0 inside of a square root? Yes, we can. Stop discriminating against the 0, people. What is the square root of 0? 0. Okay, so the 3 checks out. Let's try a 7. What is 2 times 7 is 14 minus 5. 14 minus 5 is 9, so we're good on that one. What is 7 minus 3? It's 4. Okay, so both of these are the correct answer. Looks like we don't have a excluded value yet. If like the 7 didn't work, you're just gonna X him out and say, oh, he doesn't work. Anyways, that's it.